Hey, what's going on, guys? Rob, Feedbackwrench. One of the last videos I did, I talked about how to get B2B clients, and I talked about cold calling. I talked about going through Google My Business, whipping through and actually trying to get clients, and oh my gosh, have I started a firestorm here. I've had about 6 different long replies. So Samuel Otto says, okay, so I've done sales calls. I'm a CPA who wants to work with contractors. By my count, I did 180 phone calls from numbers that I got from Google. Of those, 40 were defunct. Of the remaining 140 phone calls, I got 2 clients who are working with me and another 2 who I've met with who are strong potentials. This is after leaving messages and doing follow-up phone calls. Would you say that these results are typical or not? Also, should I continue to try to do this? So are they typical? Should I keep doing it? And I've called nearly every construction company within a half-hour drive of my location. What should I do? So that's the first one we're going to talk about, right? So, all right, here's the deal. I'm going to give you a little secret. Google is one way to do it, but you know what else you can do? Set up shop around a construction site and look for trucks, pickup trucks. So my dad taught me this. He was the Caterpillar heavy machinery salesman for a long time. You should have a pad of paper, or we got to be really careful now. I don't want to tell you to do stuff while you drive. But if you had your camera out on your phone and every time you see a pickup truck, every time you see that company pickup truck, you see something pulling a Bobcat, you see a heavy truck at all, take a picture of them, because you know what? They're actually legit. They're actually going on. Then jump on and look at their website and you'll see what's going on. That's a phenomenal thing. They're local. They're around you. You have a conversation starter. So that would be one thing that I would add into this. How do you get a little more quality? I told you how to just scratch an existence. You can go on Google and find people's websites and call them right away, right? That's one thing that you can do. You can absolutely do that. Now, he said he called 180 phone calls. I'd love to know, how long did that take you? Did it take a long time? If it took you forever, good. Hopefully you're charging enough. I mean, what's it worth for you? If you're doing a $500 a month client, I don't know, $6,000 a year, but this is a $1,500 a month client, this is a $200 a month client. What I've found is that, prospecting, you just got to think about it. If you spend 2 days prospecting, it's $300-$400 a day or $500 a day. If you're shooting for a certain revenue amount, you just do the math to find out if it was worth it or not. And I think what you'll find is that cold calling is the worst kind, right? However, that being said, it's what nobody does. So I would say that keep cold calling, but shift a little bit. Start calling the people that that you see their trucks of. And that would be the first thing. The second thing that I would do is you have 2. Now you can kind of pick like a niche, and you could do a little bit more active look around for that. But you could also do some in-person meetings. I know that sounds hard, but it's COVID. This isn't supposed to be easy. So should you keep doing this? I think that there's a case for it. Now I would call us and we could run advertisements. YouTube bumper ads. We are notoriously good at running YouTube bumper ads to certain niches of people for not a ton of money. You can run Facebook ads to get in front of people. And if you can just boom in 5 seconds, hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Rob. I'm in Lakeville. I'm the web designer. We do marketing and SEO for construction and financial services. Go to feedbackwrench.com. We love an opportunity to connect. If you can do that on video, now I'm in front of video. That's easy for me. But if you could get a video down that does that, you could run a YouTube bumper ad to people. Now we know how to, here's what it is. What you do is you do that for people. You make an audience out of the people in your local area. And then in the audience, you can actually target groups that are general contractors who are interested in construction, who are interested in any of that. But the catch is you got to pique their curiosity. So I guess what I'm saying is there's a couple things. If you're getting people on the phone, so here, this guy said, what did you say? You said of those 40 were defunct. Of the remaining 140 phone calls, I got 2 clients who are working with me now. So I would say, you know how you really get this? Anybody that you touched base with again, just call them again in a week or 2 and just be like, hey, I just wanted you to know that I'd love your business. You could be kind of cheeky about it. Like, persistence matters, right? And if we watch that idea of persistence, go watch that McDonald's, the founder, where Michael Keaton is the McDonald's Ray Kroc or whatever. He says that persistence over time is the ultimate thing that's going to get to results, right? So I'm doing a little rah-rah now. You're probably getting annoyed with that. I'm going to get into a little bit more specific take action, like I mentioned, these YouTube ads. But essentially, what you need to do is you need to find ways to get in front of them and add value, but you got to pique their interest. So remember, what they're really interested in is saving taxes. That's a huge thing. And so you got to learn how to pique their curiosity. Now, a little quick plug here. Quick plug. I'd love to talk. If you come to my website, feedbackwrench.com, and you go to the accountant course, I got a $500 course where I'm going to tell you everything that you can do, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do everything that I talk about. I just got off the line with a great guy named Jamel, and he started watching my videos a year ago, and he is building momentum. He's going to have a practice down in Georgia, and it's going to be awesome. He's young, he's learning, he's out of school. I'm super excited, but this $500 course, I'm telling you here, so if you look through here, this is everything. There's a little bit of my story, but I outline why and how you can pique their curiosity. Just this one right here, Probing Questions, the written guide. That's also a video guide. And I didn't show you. Probing Questions, the written guide. I've got 20 pieces in here. I've got a ton more written out. We're gonna keep cranking on this. I'm gonna show you how to build a website, where to build the website, how to do it, how to run ads, how to do remarketing videos, how to do YouTube videos, all of that. And then I've since people have been starting to contact us, it sounds like coaching calls are a thing that people really want. We might make a cohort. I don't know, because I only have so much time and this is not my primary gig. So, but I'm telling you, don't give up. Persistence over time will win. You think about how many no's you had to get. You had 2 clients. Now what you do is make darn sure that you have more reviews than everybody else. So let's talk about what you can do that's a little bit better. I think that if you can target a little bit better, you're going to have a good time. I would say that if you could learn some business owners and not just prospects. So here's the dirty little secret. If you go build proactive relationships with other business owners that might not be your typical client, they might not love or need your services, right? But I would go to anybody that does B2B business. So here's the catch in the construction services industry, right? Truck wrap companies, insurance companies, commercial insurance companies, mechanics, diesel mechanics, fleet services companies. These guys have to call them. Or if you go to the local providers or the remodelers or whatever it looks like, but I would just tell you right now, truck wrap companies, your web designers, your marketers, guys like me, but really your commercial insurance folks. You need to have, and bankers, okay? So you think about these choke points that a construction business has to actually go through, and they need insurance. They cannot do their business without the right amount of insurance. Not only that, they can't even bid on a job until they get the right insurance. So if you could get to know the local commercial business insurance agents and just get to know them, invest in the relationship. You can't scum them. You can't just be in relationship with them just for utility. Like, you have to cultivate a little bit of love for people and understand that you got to pay it forward a little bit. I think it would make sense for you to join a BNI group. I don't join one because I don't need one, but I might go back and join it. We'll see. But BNI is cool because, like, basically you're deciding that together you're going to try and do business together. And there's things that you can do to maximize your business and to work together really well that I think is super helpful. Essentially, it's a networking group, and it's changed since COVID, but it might be worth your time, especially now that it's COVID, to join virtually, where you guys can share leads, but really build more proactive relationships and liaisons with people, and that's going to be a huge deal. Find ways to just add value. Go buy them cookies. Go drop them off, right? It's corny. You do a little bit of Michael Scott. I did that one day. It was a ton of work. It was a lot of screwing around, but it worked. But the main thing that you can do is, I think, you create video content and you run advertising. So what I've found, here you are watching my YouTube channel, and we have made a success out of creating YouTube content. I think that if you learn how to create YouTube content and then you make little bumper ads to show your value proposition, you create a website and have content about core questions that they have around saving taxes, around the S Corp, around retirement plans, around what's the best payroll system, all that stuff. They'll bump into it eventually, right? But what's really hard is that it's really more that in-person thing with construction guys is important. So what I would do is I would go find their trucks. Go find the I don't know if you got any new construction going on. Just go find their trucks. Go find the pipe, or go find the electrician. Go find the framer. Go find those companies out there. Find the real estate agents. Go get to know real estate agents. You got to proactively network with people and then pay it forward with them. And that's what the principle of BNI is. If anything, the idea is you just cultivate long-term relationships with people. You find ways to help them. Now, we always are in the immediate. How do you help them? You send them business, right? But maybe what it is you start featuring them on your website. Maybe you get down and you learn how to shoot a video and you create some content together. Maybe you work with a local videographer, a local photographer, a commercial photographer, videographer, any of those guys, and you just start finding ways to collaborate. Think outside the box in terms of ways to build relationships and then proactively drop in and just connect with them. Find out who they are. Build a friendship with a small business. And I'm bad at this. Like, I'm so busy creating content and running the business and doing all this stuff. I don't have a ton of time with this. And that's the thing you're going to run into is the more productive a business owner is, the less time they want to do this, which is why here's the number one thing you should do is you should run Google ads around the word tax accountant, CPA, bookkeeper, accountant. Local ad, 20 miles. Run Google search ads, Bing search ads with your location extension and have more reviews than them. That's what we do. So we got a package where we can set up a nice little website for you, or we can use your current website. But we will do the optimization to make sure that your ads are set up right. We will actually write them for you, get them set up in Google Ads and then in Bing Ads. Make sure that your location extension is there. I'll give you the coaching, and basically we dive in there. And I've tried to make this more and more affordable. Essentially, we do that for anywhere between $500 and $1,500, depending on how much you need done. In that, we will help create YouTube bumper ads. We will actually do the Google search ads. We'll help you draw up. And I think I've done a really good job of finding a way to identify business owners for YouTube bumper ads. And you can get cheap views out of those. And they communicate. I'm telling you, more and more people, especially the cynical conservative person who doesn't like traditional media, which I'll tell you what, that's your business owner. That's your business owner right there. Your construction guy, they're not sitting there watching MSNBC. Love them or hate, each political side is totally fine. But I'll tell you what, they're watching YouTube and they're looking at Facebook. So we can get in front of them. We can be really tight about it. And we found some ways to get in front of them. But you got to couple that, especially with tax and accounting. It's cheap. Like you can commit, you got to commit monthly spend to it. But I'm telling you, you just told me the math on what you should be doing. You should be running search ads because then you'll be at the right time to the right person at the right place, and we'd be able to dominate it. So give me a call if you like the idea of doing that. Again, you go to feedbackwrench.com. Now I'm shilling out. Should I have put this is a paid thing? But yes, keep calling. But also let's get some digital in place to help that out. Good luck. God bless. Like and subscribe. I'd love to hear what other content you guys want to know about. I do these calls. I dive into like 400. I'm about to do one about what's one of the massive ways you can add value that you're probably not thinking about for a client, particularly if you're doing this outsourced accountant thing. You want to add value. And I'm going to show you where to find opportunity costs in their financial game and how to find big time savings in investments. And I'm going to kind of cover some of that stuff. So good luck. God bless. We'll talk to you later.